success has its struggles. Every dream has its trials and tests. Listen to their stories, because if they did it, you can also be called self-made. Thank you for being here in the show called Self-Made.
Always my pleasure, Rebecca.
We are so excited to hear your story. Can you share with us what kind of leader are you to your people?
Oh my God, there's a big difference
Getting deeper.
between what I want to be. Okay, so in work, since my organization puts a lot of training for leadership, and I have been lucky because I do not think that I would be a good leader without the training. Okay, so we do emphasize a lot, and these are the things that I try to practice: empathy, which is really
That's malasakit.
Malasakit. You really put yourselves in their shoes, not just saying, "Hey, I think you're working too hard," but really feeling the angst of the person working too hard, for example. But more than that, no, I would like to be known as a type of leader who gives constructive feedback, because without that, your team can't really move forward. And the Pinoy is generally more sensitive about negative feedback, but you do have to give that, and I do a lot of positive feedback as well. And and since our company is allowed spot rewards, we also, if I feel they've done something good, I volunteer, I make them get spot rewards, but I always make it a point to recognize good work as well, and to give negative feedback if needed.
So how to be the best of you?
The best of me.
Yes, like you or your people. How you qualify?
Okay.
How can you tell?
No, all I can say is I would say that I have succeeded in my career if I can leave the firm and it will continue at the same rate it continues now. Then I would have succeeded, because I would have passed on whatever it is that I need to pass on. That's the only measure of success for me.
How about with your people? How you mold them? How you motivate them?
Yeah, so we put a lot of attention with learning as well. No? So we enroll them in classes both here and out of the country, for example. And we just basically, I did realize one of my weaknesses was that I had such a firm idea about how things should be done, but you also need to listen to their ideas, put that into consideration as well.
So what's your best advice for the young achievers or dreamers?
Okay,
because we have so many dreamers, right?
Yes,
but what's happening?
Yes, okay, number one, open yourself to feedback, which is a lesson I learned. When I was younger, I was like, if somebody says something negative, I was like, ayaw, wala na akong gana. But now, even my bosses from the Globe say that I take feedback very well. When I say you take feedback well, it's not that you will just listen to it, but do something about it. It doesn't stop by just listening to it. Do something. So take feedback very well. You have to take that. And you always have, huwag kang asa sa iba. Make your own road. Be brave. Be brave. Don't be scared to go in front of a crowd and talk. Don't be afraid to go to the high executives of your clients and talk to them. But the only way that you will be successful and be sort of not be mapapahiya is to make sure you always do your assignment first. Okay, it's very, very important. Do not go outside if you don't do your assignment well. Yeah.
If there's something, a legacy that you want to be remembered, what it is?
Well, okay, so this particular practice, health and benefits, and the health brokerage is very new to Towers Watson in the Philippines, Willis Towers Watson in the Philippines. So I would like to say that I contributed a lot to the to growing the practice to where it is and where it will be a few years from now. So it's always exciting to be given the chance to start with something from birth, even if it's work. So I started the practice in the Philippines. They got me to I was just one at the start, and I had to be able to grow the admin processes, the sales processes, etc. But yeah, I would like that for people to also remember that in the career space, of course. In the career space.
What's the only thing that's not supposed to change in our culture? Being a Filipino.
In the Pinoy?
Yeah.
It's so cliche, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like being hospitable, because I feel that we welcome people generally. And when you have that attitude, you will yourself be more successful, I think. You know, you just basically just welcome people, welcome their ideas, just be very welcoming. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Suzanne.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Good morning, Jesse, and
Good
thank
morning.
you for coming to the show called Self-Made.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah. Listening to your story this morning, we're so excited to find out. So what's your best advice to the students that they don't really know how they find out what their authenticity is? How they can ask themselves who they are, what's their purpose, what's their passion?
They have to visualize what they want to be. They must have a life path.
Okay.
From the start, as early as say 13 years old, when you reach the teen, there should be somebody, and you must share this. You must share this vision with your parents. Of course, you not know what will happen. Destiny, of course, it's already written in heaven. But you know, you can visualize because you can help, you can shape your destiny. Then you must have your mission. What's in it? What matters to you? And then try to do what will I do? What will I do to attain that? And that is now your mission. Develop virtues and values. These are things that are already. It's not taught in school anymore, but these are things that should be told to people, even those that are not anymore students. You have to develop values. But just like I would like to share that my spirituality for one. You really have to practice your religion, and it pays a lot because I think the reason why I'm happy because if there are problems, I leave it to the Lord. I leave it to the Lord. The other one, the value on family. Let us bring back that old, I don't call it old, Filipino value of really caring, not only caring, sharing, not only sharing, but being happy for what is happening to your family. And then the other one maybe is loyalty. You can move around, but there should always be that value of loyalty. And of course, the last one is excellence. You really have to make sure that and anything that comes with excellence is actually productivity. Comes with productivity is actually your passion, and then your achievement drive. And make sure that when you're doing it, it has to be the best.
Wow. Yeah. So you think with your parents now, for where you started and where you are now, you think they're already happy?
Yes, because
Very proud of you?
Yes, because my being the president of PIMAP is actually a scenic thing in one's career. And of course, there are milestones. Just imagine myself signing a manifesto with Mr. Donald Lee. For somebody who studied in Albay Central School, this is really something big.
So what's next for Jesse?
It's actually sharing what the little knowledge that I have, and with that you become ascendant. Actually, when you share, you become ascendant. You become bigger. Say you share food, then you are the one generous, and you are enabling somebody. You share what you know, then you become the knowledgeable, and then the one taking it is the one getting your knowledge.
So what's your best advice to our countrymen, our co-Filipinos?
Yes. One is be a good citizen and support, and then I think change is we have to embrace change, and we really need to have change, and that everything that is being done, maybe it's part of the Philippines moving into something good. For the Filipinos, we have to take this as an opportunity. Build the nation into something that is great.
Thank you very much, Jesse. We're so inspired with your story. So, good afternoon, Nette. Thank you for coming to the show called Self-Made.
Good afternoon.
Now, we would like to find out how you work with your people. Are you tough boss?
You should be asking them, because
Yeah, tough because the standards are high. Whenever they do something, it keeps on going back and forth. Hindi yan natatapos until they give me the right one. So, talagang I keep on telling them, alam nyo, I've been there, done that. If I want anything fast, I will do it myself. But you will not learn if I do it myself. So you have to do it yourself. Another thing is, I see all of them kasi this is what I was telling you. When I look at them, alam na alam ko may problema ba to? Ano ba nangyayari dito? Nakikita ko And I call them. And I talk with them. How are you doing? Ganyan. They open up about it. I move them around. I really move them around. And when I can see that somebody has already reached its limit, pinamimigay ko yan. Sabi ko, tandaan ninyo, hindi ko kayo pamimigay kung ako ang mapapahiya. Ipamimigay ko lang kayo kung alam ko that you will do well in the next place.
So do you treat your people then like your own children?
Oh, yes. A lot of them are, nearly all of them are millennials.
Millennials?
Yes.
So you don't find millennials challenge to you?
They are the ones giving me the challenge. So that it will actually train me to think that way. It will train me that, and will always caution me that I cannot stick to my old ways. I will have to change because if I don't change, I will not be able to manage them better.
So what is your best advice to the children to achieve their goals in life?
One, they should know what it is that they want. I mean, what is it that you want? It has to be very clear. Even if you were dreaming from when you were a child, I want to be a pilot, and it changes. It doesn't matter. It's important that you want something. And when you reach a certain age, and it's still the same thing that you want, find it. Look for it. I always maintain, and I always tell my staff, just remember, nobody is going to do what you are going to accomplish for you. You will have to do that yourself. So you cannot get lost. You have to do that. Along the way, some people might help you, but at the end of the game, it's still on you So kailangan ikaw yung naka-focus sa sarili mo to achieve certain things.
You mentioned that you also experience visiting barangays, rural area. The life is totally different.
Oh yes, very different.
Yeah. So what's your advice to them? How can they achieve also their dreams, their goals in life? Because so many challenges. No education, no money.
Yeah. In the first place, I think we have to understand. Sometimes they cannot even have goals in life because the basic things in their lives is something that they look for. No, like kunyari kakain ng 3 meses eating, ganyan. But they should know and understand that if there is an assistance along the way, to grab it. Not to let it go. For instance, I've been telling my helpers, kung may anak ka dyan, gusto mong magkaroon ng magandang education, sige dalhin mo, kahit ako pa ang scholar ko pa, okay sa akin yan. And it's disheartening to see that they don't even grab the opportunity to do that for you. Pag may opportunity, grab it. If somebody is there to help you out, take your chance so that yung goal medyo lumiwanag para makagawa ka ng goal para sa sarili mo for the future.
What's the best lesson in life that taught you?
Integrity is very important. A lot of people may not like you, but it's always good to be honest, not only with yourself, but with everything around you, and be consistent about it. 2, diligence. You have to work hard. Whether you're an intelligent person, an average person, or below average, diligence is really going to deliver that. And you don't lose focus. You have to know what it is that you want. Sometimes, so minsan pero basta alam mo kung saan ka papunta. Dapat.
So never give up.
Never give up. No quitting. For me, quitting is not an option. Always thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord.
For the blessings that you have. Tapos yung blessing mo, ipamigay mo. Yung share it with other people. Hindi mo naman madadala yan. Share it.
What is your best advice to all Filipinos in order to make our country first world?
I think we should have a certain level of discipline. If you have to go to office at 8 o'clock, be there at 8 o'clock regardless of the traffic. Magtrabaho ka ng kung ano ang dapat mong trabahuin mo. Wala na yung daming usap-usap, ganyan. That's why I don't like overtimes because it reflects on a person that does not do his job well.
Wonderful. I learned a lot with you. Thank you very much, Nette.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah. I am Rebecca Bustamante, and this is Self-Made.